Let's get to some breaking news that is into us, like literally in the last 20 minutes or so. The disgraced Theranos founder, Elizabeth Holmes, is now asking President Trump to release her from prison early, with nearly 6 years left in her 11-year sentence. You probably remember Elizabeth Holmes. She was convicted of defrauding the people who invested in her blood testing startup that turned out to be, the whole thing was fake. Remember, she's not the only high-profile, controversial person to ask for something like this. Diddy put in a personal appeal, writing a letter to the president after the president commuted ex-Congressman George Santos' sentence. We've reached out to the White House and attorneys for Holmes. They have not yet immediately responded. I want to get right to Ryan Riley here. Two questions for you, Ryan. First, let's just start with Holmes herself. What do we know about this appeal, this sort of request to the president on this? Is this like a situation where, hey, you got to try everything you got to throw it all against the wall? Yeah,
why not? I mean, so initially she's filed through this formal process through the Office of the Pardon Attorney, which is like not normally the way that a lot of these pardons are getting done these days, but that is one of the ways you can go about it. So you can like look up her case, track it, here's sort of where it stands, but there's been no action taken on that yet. But remember,
she put in like a formal request, basically. This wasn't like, putting a post online from her attorney or something.
Exactly, but that's been the more effective way. We did a piece earlier, or last year rather, where we had a Trump ally say this was the Wild West of the pardon era, where pardons have gotten really profitable. So there's this whole sort of lobbying effort that is now behind a lot of this, where whoever has the most access to the president and can get to him and can maybe say a couple of magic words, in this case, Biden persecution or something along those lines, usually can be a very effective argument with the president.
We just did this NBC News analysis. People have probably seen it on our website. It's been going, kind of viral there on NBCnews.com, that found that President Trump has already pardoned an unusually high number of wealthier people who were accused of financial crimes.
Yes.
If you're Elizabeth Holmes or her attorney, are you looking at that going, all right, not bad news for us?
Yeah, I mean, there's been very huge, for example, over the weekend, we had this huge pardon of the former governor for Puerto Rico. And in that case, there was this massive donation that the daughter of one of the co-defendants had made to Trump and his allies. So that, you have the big donation and then you have this remarkable pardon. So there's a lot, money is having a huge impact, it seems like, on a lot of these pardons. And I think that's reflected in why you have these pardons for people with very high net worths that are really coming through.
And specifically, I think relevant to the Theranos case, maybe the financial crimes piece of it?
Yeah, exactly. And, but if they still have any money left over, after the cases have gone through, there are ways.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.